So let's talk about what happens next. You know, based on what the book says, Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together.
Okay. This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, "Tupac, Tupac."
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming up Flamingo and got to the light. We was going to go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came, and shit. I ain't gonna go into details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got it in the book. You done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at him.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
in the back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside there?
I seen the bullet going Suge in. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando Johnson started across straight.
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped. They were trailing my side. I was popping. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into details on that one. Keep it streets on me. I ain't gonna go into detail on that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book.
Well, so let them buy the book then.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna read this passage. The shit was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command. Keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought that motherfucker was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some bullshit. Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
The white Cadillac, arm came out the back seat and started letting off.
What went through your head when you saw that?
They shooting my nigga.
So, the bullets started flying. Tupac and Suge's car get all shot up. Was there, and I'd heard different versions of the story, but the one version I heard was that that their entourage started shooting back.
Basically, yes.
Okay. Does anyone from the death row side return fire?
Yes.
Okay. Can you say who that was?
Yeah, he's no longer with us. His name was Buntry. One of Suge's right-hand guy, our good friend, Alton McDonald. He chased the car down. He also received one gunshot to his vehicle. His car was shot. He had a black Toyota Supra. And him and another guy returned shots at that car.
Yeah, they saying they left their guns at home, though. They started shooting back. Yeah, so some chicks was in the sea breeze, started following a white sea breeze, ragtop sea breeze.
Why were the girls following you guys?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's crazy.
But I guess their window got shot out.
Front windshield, yeah.
and they stop following you at that point.
Exactly.
I've talked to a couple people that were there.
What it do, what it do. It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man. I said, say, man. Keefe D. OG Loke. I don't know if he was a Hoover or a 6'4" or a 7'4" or whatever set he from. But he's an OG Crip. To the right of the screen. He's been arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur. Been almost 30 years. This has been the biggest murder investigation supposedly in American history. Everybody always wanted to know who it was. I've made videos previously discussing my thoughts and what I think happened. I'm gonna reiterate some of it. Keefe D, let me tell you something, bro. White folks, I'm telling you, bro, this just a circus. It's just a magic show. That white boy a magician right there. I'm telling you something. The white boy is the magician, and Keefe D is the goddamn rabbit. Now, matter of fact, Vlad is the goddamn magician. Vlad is the magician, and Keefe D is that rabbit. I just seen an interview, because I like Michael J. White, but I don't watch Vlad. I don't watch nobody he interviewed. But I was watching what Vlad said what Michael J. White said about Spence. And in the midst of that, I seen a video where he said, somebody told me that you was a law, and yeah, some shit. One of his homies tried to tell him you was a law. And Michael J. White, I didn't even hear the interview, but that was just the title. But Michael J. White, you still fucks with him. Let me tell you something. Vlad got some of the top black people in society that fucks with him. What's that dude, Sally, the former NBA player? He got athletes, professionals, doctors, killers, gangsters, all black people from all walks of life fucks with Vlad, no matter what. It's a lot of black people that'll never fuck with Say Cheese because he interviewed gangster rappers. Vlad has interviewed serial killers. He's interviewed hitmen. It don't matter what he do, no matter who he interview, no matter how much he try to, I seen videos of him back in the day where he was trying to act black and shit. Yeah, I seen them old videos of Vlad trying to act black. Yo, what it do? This is Vlad. And all that old soft ass shit. Vlad is the biggest culture vulture. Adam 22 a big culture vulture too. Let me tell you something about Adam 22 real quick. Not off subject, but this is also in California, home of the Bloods and Crips. Adam 22 is not a gangbanger. He's a white boy that has a white woman that he likes to watch her get fucked by black men. And they have orgies and shit and weird sex parties. But he also hangs with nothing but gangbangers. Okay. I seen Adam 22 where he was with some Crips and he was talking about yeah, you fucking custers. Instead of saying buster, he's saying custer. Or like, it was some Bloods around him and he said like to disrespect them type shit. Like speaking in Crip language and shit. I'm just showing, like, bro, on the streets, you'll get smacked for that. You a non-gangbanger that use them kind of words, bro, you'll get jumped and smashed on. But anyway, I'm just showing you how he can use our culture and then play Crip and Blood and not have to deal with nothing. But anyway, Vlad, in my opinion, is the biggest culture vulture. He the same person that try to play like he ain't with the Jews, and that ain't what he with, and he don't even believe in God. And he hip hop first. But when Farrakhan said something about the Jews, he talked shit about it. He was offended all of a sudden by it. And when black folks told him to take that shit down, that he misrepresented Louis Farrakhan, he need to apologize, he took it down. But he said, I ain't apologizing. Yeah, Vlad told all black folks, I'm not apologizing to you motherfuckers what I said about Farrakhan. And I represent my people at the end of the day. I just make money off you monkeys. That's what he said. Motherfuckers ain't shit. He can get all our greats. Just don't get it, bro. I'm so sick of this shit. Anyway, let me get out Vlad. Vlad, I saw this interview, and it was years ago with Keefe D. I didn't think a whole lot of it. I just thought Keefe D was doing a lot of goddamn talking. And Vlad was doing his police job as he normally do. That motherfucker was he deeper than he the CIA. He bigger than the Fed. He is the CIA. Many motherfuckers have left that couch and went straight to the feds. Boosie fighting a Fed case right now, and that's his closest homie. Boosie wasn't catching no cases till he got around Vlad. Wasn't catching no cases till he got around Vlad. That boy, BTB Savage, died right after doing that interview with Vlad. Died a week later. Matter of fact, it might have been days later when he was detailing the murder and shit, and you was asking him about that murder, and he got killed 3 days later. It's a lot of people have died or went to jail after getting off Vlad's couch. Yet he can get our most respect. The motherfucker had Smokey Robinson. I will never get over that shit. That motherfucker had Smokey Robinson. Shaka Khan had our greats of greats. Then the motherfucker just had, what's that dude from Hell Up in Harlem? The black exploitation movies and shit. Listen, bro, enough is the goddamn enough. I'm gonna say this though. I still think that P. Diddy was behind it. Now I just have a look. Now I see it from, because I was like, I always felt that Diddy had Pac killed. Pac was the biggest threat, and Pac beefed with a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say beef with a lot of people, but it wasn't until he beefed with Biggie and Bad Boys and started dissing them. It's right after that he died. When he went to New York, he got shot up and shit. Like I think it was meant for him to die at that moment, but yeah, when he went at Biggie, he died. I felt like he was a detriment to the Bad Boys. He was shitting on the entire label. Biggie was great. I'm a huge fan of Biggie, but Pac was that guy. He was bigger. And when he started beefing with Biggie, he died. And right after that, Biggie died, not even a year later. And Biggie was trying to get away from Diddy. So, in my opinion, I always felt that Diddy had him, because everybody around Diddy has died. When he was at Uptown Records, Andre Harrell, the CEO, died. His own wife, Kim Porter, died. His wife died in the midst of writing a book exposing everything about P. Diddy. Al B. Sure, who was also at Uptown Records, that motherfucker was fighting for his life. I think he's still in ICU. I don't know if he made it out the hospital. Everybody, Shine went to jail for shooting in the club and protecting him. This motherfucker P. Diddy tried to put the gun in J-Lo lap. You know, P. Diddy has fucked over everybody around him. Similar to Jay-Z, it just ain't no murders really surrounding Jay-Z, except the Big L shit. A part of me think Jay-Z has some shit, because Big L was supposed to be the biggest thing. And after Big L died, and if you look at it, bro, Jay-Z and P. Diddy definitely made a deal. In my opinion, he came at him like this. Right now, bro, it's Pac and Biggie. Jay-Z was a nobody. And Big L was really that guy in New York. Big L and Nas. Those was the guys. So, after everybody got X'd out, Big L died, Pac died, Biggie died. Next thing you know, Jay-Z the biggest star ever. Yeah, he talented, but I just feel like Jay-Z was purposely put in that position to be at the top, and he's never lost that position. Everybody else in black music, it's just the history, even from the greatest, they've always fallen. Jay-Z has never failed because he tied in, bro. That motherfucker tied in through blood, all kind of sacrifices and rituals, white rituals and shit, all kind of demonic shit. Whether you want to call it the Illuminati or whatever, Jay-Z has nothing never bad. The feds ain't never hit him. They hit Irv Gotti though. Oh, they hit Suge Knight though. They hit Jay Prince. It's a lot of shit. The feds hit everybody except for Jay-Z and P. Diddy. Them the two that never did no time for nothing. But everybody else in hip hop done had some run-ins with them laws. But anyway, yeah, I think he made a deal with Jay-Z, like, bro, you can be on top and we can run this shit. And Jay-Z never crossed Diddy either. Peep that shit. And Jay-Z is the only person Diddy never fucked over. And Jay-Z has fucked over everybody he's ever fucked with. Anyway, I was always like, but I always felt like Diddy was behind it, but now I have a deeper understanding. Because at one point, I almost got fooled by the niggerdom. Oh man, Orlando Anderson was a bad Crip, man. Oh, he was a gangster. And Pac fucked with the wrong Crip. That's why he died. It was the Crips. They killed him right after that. Nah, bro. It was deeper than that, in my opinion. Because for one, it was already a beef between the Bloods, and because Pac was with the Bloods, Suge Knight them. So it was already a beef, in my opinion. Just like the Laws used to do. See, a lot of people don't know that the Laws was been involved in Crip and Blood beef since the beginning. The police. Go over here to this hood and spray this and do this and come back to this hood and do this and that and leave blue flags over here. Anyway, I feel like Diddy paid the Crips to knock out Pac. That's just my opinion. I believe he paid the Crips to do it. I don't think it was just a retaliation for that fight at that moment. Nah, bro. I think it was divine. It's just that him jumping Orlando made it perfect, a perfect moment to do it. So, yeah, I think P. Diddy paid him. I think he paid Keefe D, who was the uncle of Orlando. I think he paid him. And also, Keefe D, if you notice, he's trying to prove so badly that it was just them and nothing else was involved. He was sent, and Vlad used him to take away the conspiracy. Take away the government, take away all that. Because when you think of P. Diddy is he's the Jews' favorite lapdog. He's their favorite lapdog, and they run the industry. So they don't want nothing traveling back to Diddy, because if it travels back to Diddy, it gets back to them. So, and if you notice, when P. Diddy got in hip hop, all the black CEOs, there's no more black CEOs now. P. Diddy started that. P. Diddy started the pop shit and crossing over and getting your music played in other countries. He was trying to get Biggie to be a pop star, not a rapper. And that's why Biggie didn't want to fuck with him. Bro, I'm tired of all this. What's that? Some say that X makes the sex spectacular. Let me lick you from your neck to your back and you're shivering, tongue delivering, chills up your spine. That ass is mine. Yeah, that shit was cool, but Biggie was a dope boy, and he wanted to talk about getting money and the streets and the struggle and shit like that. So he never wanted to be a crossover star. Never. Anybody around Biggie will vouch. He didn't like that radio shit. He didn't like doing these kind of. He didn't like Juicy. He didn't like that song at all. So Diddy brought this feminine, gay, crossover, white, wannabe white, crossover rappers. Anyway, I was trying to think of that rapper. Damn, I can't think of his name. That motherfucker be having weird context in his eye. He birthed them kind of rappers. What's that boy that be having them contact and he sound like Eminem? Anyway, it's a lot of shit, bro. He took in my opinion, he brought the violence to rap. Rap really became violent in the 90s. Yeah, it became gangster in the 80s, but rappers wasn't getting killed. Rappers didn't get killed until the 90s. So, yeah. When you look at drill music, it's just a progression of what was started in the 90s. And so the violence came when P. Diddy came. But and he used gangbangers to get his job done, just like the Laws do, bro. One thing, that's why I don't respect gangbangers. I always speak against it, even though I used to be a member of it. I always speak about how cowardly gang members are. Because, bro, in prison, guards will pay the Crips or the Bloods to smash a motherfucker. The guards is the police, bro. And they pay Crips to smash dudes. They have paid Crips to kill motherfucking other inmates. Just like on the streets, the Laws will pay Crips and Bloods to kill other black men. So, it's a lot of shit, bro. So, yeah. But Keefe D, let me tell you something, bro. And another reason why his word ain't valid, and he, like I said, he's trying so hard not to point the finger back at Diddy or any of that, or any conspiracy with the government or any of that. He's trying to make it like it was just some Crip shit. No, it wasn't, bro. It was bigger than that shit. And also, Keefe D was a snitch anyway. So I don't trust it. And everybody that was in that car is dead now. You the only one alive, so you can't nobody counter what you're saying. And also, you was facing 25 to life. That's why you got on the stand in the first place. So, yeah, you like the Judas that, yeah, you know, only black folks believe in karma. But if there ever was a karma, yeah, Keefe D, you going through it. But I don't believe in no goddamn karma. It ain't happened to white folks. But anyway, yeah, this is 903 Bison. I'm your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.